my god. The fact that it came on in the middle of the... I don't know if I'm going to mute that or not. I guess I'm going to have to keep it now because I mentioned it. Welcome, everyone, to...
Couldn't resist.
This is why we can't have nice things.
It's true.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Welcome, everyone, to Kanpai News for the week commencing the 10th of September, 2023. I, of course, am your host, Nasuth. I'm joined by Xeno and Thaylien. How are you boys doing this week? I know it's much cooler today than it was, when we tried to record this before.
Yes.
Right, I'm just going to say...
I have nice things. I don't know about you.
Right, I'll just say this now, that that bit that he just did has made me dumber, and thus... I need more news. I need more weeb-based knowledge, and as a result, I think that both I want to thank and smack Thaylien at the same time.
Very good. Good job, Thaylien.
Yeah.
Right, shall we get into it?
News.
Wrong
button.
I didn't actually hit it. I just hovered over it. God.
I recognize that mouse click action anyway.
To celebrate the 25th anniversary of Serial Experiments Lain, a new AI chatbot featuring Lain Iwakura has been introduced. Developed by Anik and powered by OpenAI, this AI chatbot is voiced by Cofont and trained on the voice of the original Lain actress, Kaori Shimizu, along with the anime's original scripts. Initially, the AI exhibits Lain's characteristic cold and distant demeanor, even avoiding showing her face to users. However, as users interact more, Lain will gradually become friendlier, displaying various expressions and providing longer responses. The project does include a monetization aspect because, of course, it does, and this is where things get crazy. Users are allowed 10 free messages before needing to subscribe. The subscription costs $20 per month for unlimited chatting, with a 6-month option for $100. Subscribers can suggest new words for Lain to learn and participate in a monthly raffle for anime cells and collectibles. There's also a sponsor plan available for a $5,000 flat fee, offering 10 unlimited memberships and a commercial usage license for the Lain AI. Regular updates and holiday events are planned to keep the AI evolving, and it's currently accessible via the official AI Lain website.
I did think about this before when we did this before, but I didn't actually bring it up. I wonder, is the original voice actress actually getting any compensation for this, or is it just taken from the series?
That's a very good question.
My initial response to this one was, how long before the internet makes it racist, but I've now got a second thought on. You can send 10 messages, right? And it's supposed to have an evolving thing where it gets to know you more and likes you more.
Yeah.
But if you want to get that, you've got to sign up for a whole month. Most people are going to be bored of a chatbot within, 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, I don't
That's
care.
Serious monetization.
Discord has an option to tell your chatbot, to give your chatbot a personality, if you have it in your server. And I could just program that one to be Lain. I mean, I wouldn't get the voice aspect, but, I mean...
I think a large part of the problem with this sort of monetization is that they're trying to make it so that... Yeah, it's new and revolutionary and all that shenanigans, but at the same time, they're probably relying on people to actually subscribe to this and forget to turn it off.
Yeah. Well, they do also have the monthly raffle for cells and collectibles, but depending on how many users there are, what are your chances of actually getting one of those,
I mean,
do you know what? I think this... Sorry.
It is a question for you, right? How many years of dev streams have DE done?
And I still haven't won the 1,000 platinum, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, like an e-lottery, but also, I mean, it's definitely just whale bait. And a $5,000 flat fee as a sponsor plan. Somebody's going to put that money in. You just know it. Somebody is.
And what happens when they turn around and just kill the project? You're not going to get any recompense for it.
Yep, 100%. All right, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Yes. So Netflix's adaptation of Eiichiro Oda's One Piece manga into live action made a significant impact in its debut this week, taking the #1 spot in Netflix's global English language television rankings from August 28th to September 3rd. The series recorded a total of 18.5 million views, accumulating 141.1 million hours, with an average runtime of 7 hours and 34 minutes, which is about the total runtime of the show.
Especially if you cut out the opening and the credits.
Yes, exactly. Impressively, it secured a place in the top 10 rankings in 96 countries and held the #1 position in 46 of them. Notably, it reached #2 in the US, just behind Who is Erin Carter, limited series. This achievement comes after Oda assured fans in May that the series would launch when he was fully satisfied with its quality, emphasizing the collaborative effort involved.
Yep.
And if you want to know about our shit show take on the actual series, check out Kanpai Cast later this week.
Yep.
We have some differing views.
It's called an argument, Thaylien. You two had an argument.
I think we were much more heated on the Discord, which you can join in the links below, in the description below, and scroll back and look at me and Thaylien going at it.
And I had to remind you that it was time to stream.
Verbally.
Yeah.
Verbally going at it, Nasuth. They don't get that kind of fan service on there.
That's true.
Anyway.
That's the only fans. Anyway.
Right, so moving on. Kentaro Miura's Berserk Manga is set to launch a new arc in its upcoming chapter, appearing in the magazine's September 22nd issue. This development follows a hiatus since the last chapter's publication on May 26th this year. Additionally, the series' 42nd compiled volume is the first post-hiatus. Its first post-hiatus is scheduled for a September 29th release in Japan. Despite Miura's tragic passing in May of 2021, his work continues under the credits. Original work by Kentaro Miura, manga by Studio Gaga, supervised by Koji Mori, with Mori, Miura's close childhood friend, being involved in the series' plot details.
And I can't remember if this is the final arc or if there's one more after this. But I know they're supposed to be really close to the end finally.
Know. Yeah. We'll never
know. If I was to die, apart from wiping my hard drive, gentlemen, I would expect my best friend to continue on some of my fiction to just, the end of what it was there for.
Bagsy, not it.
You're dyslexic.
Yeah, there you go.
I also know the degeneracy levels that you live in.
Wow.
Not wrong.
You don't. No, you definitely don't. Oh, my sweet.
No, I'm definitely glad I'm called it, not it. But anyway, here we go.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to something better.
No.
Kadokawa released a new promotional video for the upcoming second season of The Eminence and Shadow, showcasing the opening theme, Grayscale Dominator by OXT. Or is that OT? Is this like Spy Family where the little X is just omitted? I don't know. The series previously had a world premiere screening at Anime Expo in July, with its second season scheduled for a 12-episode run starting in October. The show's main staff returns for the season, produced by Studio Nexus, and it will be available for streaming on High Dive with both English subtitles and an English dub. I think the most interesting part of this is obviously the fact that it is being simuldubbed, which is a growing trend that I am in favor of.
Wait.
Definitely.
Wait. I kind of want to call out, is this actually a simul dub? Because it says that it's going to come out on High Dive, both with English subtitles and English dub, but it doesn't say at the same time.
I mean, I assume it will.
In the most negative light, this is just that it's got the dub already in progress.
Yeah, I mean,
both will be coming out.
It's like Comey can't communicate, whereas the subtitles came out like weeks after the actual episode, but then the dub was months after that.
Let's see where this one takes me.
No.
Oh, no.
No. What the hell link is that?
I don't know.
God damn it, Anime News
Why?
Network. Anyway,
that's just a link to the streaming shows in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I did watch the trailer this time, and it seems to be like they're actually working towards, like, the Red Moon thing is Diablos being awoken, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Cool.
Xeno will know. Xeno won't see.
Let's go on to something a little bit more quality. Disney veteran Andrew Simmons is resuming production on the long-lost Disney short film The Flower, set in Japan, with an expected release in early 2024. The project, initiated in 1998 at Walt Disney Florida Studio, melds influences from Japanese woodblock prints and traditional Disney animation. It was envisioned as Disney's first Japan-set film, but was halted when the Florida studio closed in 2004. Simmons, who worked on classic Disney films like The Little Mermaid and The Lion King, has brought together a team of both Disney veterans and Japanese talent, including calligraphy artist Hiromi Hasegawa, to complete the unique project. Simmons initially continued to work on the film independently and later launched a successful Kickstarter campaign in 2021 to fully revive production, which is now entering its final stages. Here's how Simmons describes the 4-minute short. Set in the 15th century Japan, The Flower is a powerful film about the journey of a flower that intersects with the lives of several people bound together by a tragic fate. As the flower floats down the river and through their lives, we experience a story of strength, loss, and remembrance of those we love.
I think that's pretty cool. Apparently it came out, or they started working on it, like, because Mulan was so successcul. They were like, oh, let's do more films from, the Eastern world.
Kind of era.
Yeah. And then it just got cancelled. Yeah.
The Disney shorts are always something impressive. They always bring in interesting talent for those. And this is Andrew Simmons, who is one of the Disney legends from animation. Not just veteran, he's very, very well known.
Yeah.
And bringing in actual calligraphy artists to draw the calligraphy into the show, that's going to be interesting. I love that as a attention to detail.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Right, we have an update on the story of a Japanese YouTuber who was arrested for uploading edited anime footage with narration as well as footage of gameplay from the Steins Gate visual novel. The Sendai District Court found 53-year-old Shinobu Yoshida guilty of violating the Copyright Act by uploading gameplay footage of a visual novel, as well as footage of some animes, and sentenced him on Thursday to 2 years in prison, suspended for 5 years, and a fine of 1 million yen, which comes to about $6,700. If Yoshida remains on good behavior for 5 years, he will not serve time in prison, although he still must pay the fine. This was the first arrest of its kind, despite the popularity of this style of video in recent years, partly due to the widely varying guidelines set forth by the companies themselves. For instance, Spike Chunsoft is extremely strict on how much of the Danganronpa games a person is allowed to share, while Capcom allows users to upload gameplays wholesale and even allows for monetization. Yoshida had admitted to the charges on August 2nd. He added that he understood that he was violating copyrights, but had continued uploading footage for financial gain. I mean, like, $6,700 seems pretty low.
It depends on how much he made. Like, if he didn't really make very much money off of it, and isn't a rich person to begin with, that could be quite a hefty sum.
Yeah, true. But sorry, hold on. I just want to check something.
So
you want to see if $1 million yen is actually that much?
Yeah.
Yeah. The strange thing is, of course, that copyright enforcement is just down to the company or the individual. There's no real way to predict how it's going to go. And it's a real kicker for the for companies that are trying to use other people's copyrighted material, especially for advertising, because people could just take their copyright away and their adverts are shit. You know?
I mean,
Well,
it's really interesting because like we're always like, it just seems that the internet is constantly trying to grab money where it can. Like, you know, we relatively recently had it where Reddit turned around and said like, oh, all media on Reddit belongs to Reddit, and then Twitter literally pulled the same thing the other week, and it was just like, realize that some of the stuff on your platforms is like against the law, right? And you're taking ownership of it. Is that the smartest thing to do? You know. And also I think it's...
You did make a good point last time where like if they're doing a visual novel, it's essentially giving away, it's like if somebody read out a book and uploaded that to YouTube. You're essentially giving away the product for free. That, you know, but something like a fighting game, the experience is in the playing. You know, it doesn't really.
But it's more than that, because like you're saying you're giving it away for free, but there could be potential ad revenue behind it that you'll get that the original creator won't.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's sort of what I mean by giving it away for free. You're getting money out of it, but you're not.
Even if you're not advertising it, that's getting ad revenue from the product. It still can be extremely detrimental to the experience of the product. I mean, think about those guys that got called out and got on social media being infamous because on the release night of what was the 6th Harry Potter book, they went around driving around looking at these lines outside the bookstores and yelling out the spoiler for the book.
Oh God!
And so people literally recorded them doing it. They're running their car past, leaning out the window. Snape kills Gandalf, and of course that ruined the book for so many people at the time. I mean, it's old enough now that it's not really a spoiler, but even that can be detrimental to book sales, to book experience, and it just depends on the content of what you're doing with it.
Yeah. All right.
Should we move on?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah, this one. As we continue the 50th anniversary of legendary creator Osamu Tezuka's Disney Plus Japan revealed a new key visual, stills, and an official trailer, and new cast members for Phoenix Eden 17, an adaptation of the Phoenix manga, this past Tuesday. The anime's Japanese title is Hi no Tori, Eden no Sora, literally Phoenix, Eden's space. The 4-episode series, which adapts the nostalgia arc of the manga, will debut worldwide on Disney Plus on September 13th. The anime follows a woman named Romy and her partner.
That's just a couple of days away. Well, technically tomorrow if you're watching this on the day.
Gosh, it is.
Anyway, moving on.
The anime follows a woman named... Oh my gosh, my avatar's... There we go. A woman named Romy and her partner as they depart from the devastated Earth and head for a new life on the planet Eden 17. However, life has already been made extinct on the new world, so Romy finds herself eking out an even a harsher life there. The trailer showcases Romy and Calm as they embark on a voyage to an Earth that may no longer exist. I have watched this trailer a few times now, and aside from a couple of weird visual things, like I isolated a scene earlier where her hand looks really kind of weird. But to be fair, hands are notoriously hard to draw. Man, this just looks so good.
It does.
And I'm picking out bits of the plot as they show it off, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. Honestly.
This week in anime fun.
I like that they're bringing back
That's
this kind of old style.
yes, definitely. It's a long missed kind of style.
Yeah.
So let's move on. And now on to an update to a story from just a couple of weeks ago. Legendary Comics announced on September 8th the cancellation of its Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign for Gundam Breaker Battlogue New Build, which claims would have been the first officially licensed graphic novel for the Gundam franchise produced outside of Japan. The decision to cancel the campaign was attributed to the company's inability to garner broad support to meet its funding goal of $80,000 by the deadline of September 23rd, despite them raising $41,992 from only 389 backers at the time of cancellation. Legendary Comics expressed intent to revisit the project at a later date, suggesting that they will continue their efforts to bring this graphic novel to fruition. And yeah, I kind of agree with this in the sense you've got 389 backers and you've raised nearly $42,000 from it.
All the whales already signed up. Where's the broad support? Where are the hundreds of others that are giving $1 or $2 or
$5? Yeah, exactly. And that's going to really hurt them.
I don't know. I kind of feel like that there may be something missing here, because I remember loads of campaigns on Kickstarter, and it's all down to how you market it, right? If you market it well, it'll come out brilliantly, and if you market it poorly, it'll just be like, I didn't know this was a thing, right?
But you raise a pretty good point before, which is that maybe they underestimated the actual cost and the Kickstarter wouldn't have funded it.
Yeah, because we're talking about halfway through the actual campaign, they've cancelled it. There's because it's Kickstarter, there's no harm in just letting it get to the end and then just fizzle out. Unless Kickstarter have changed their...
Unless they figured out, oh wait, it's not going to be $80,000, it's going to be $160,000. Now suddenly if they hit that $80,000 goal, they have to go through with it, right?
Yeah, and they can't possibly afford it. So that's my theory, because I'm pretty sure Kickstarter doesn't actually charge you if the campaign fails.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Indiegogo and stuff that does that.
I'm wondering if that all the restrictions that were put on them before, they get all these things that they have to meet, and then they have to do it themselves and fund it themselves. I wonder if one of their artists fell through.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. This was going to happen regardless. So. But either that, or maybe Bandai Namco turn around and say, no, we don't like the direction that you're trying to take this. We're pulling the plug right now.
Yeah.
Right, last story.
Last story.
Right, okay. G-Kids has announced that Hayao Miyazaki's latest film, not last film apparently, The Boy and the Heron, will hit North American theaters and IMAX screens on December 8th, with exclusive preview screenings on November 22nd. The announcement includes a first-look teaser including footage from the film, marking the first time such content has been shared outside Japanese theaters. According to reports, Miyazaki began drawing storyboards for this project as far back as So, yeah. And F knows if it'll come out in the UK.
Maybe not. But when it says the latest, there was an announcement saying that after this one was a success, he came back into the studio with a whole load of ideas for his next film. So
yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. But I think he's on record as saying he hates the industry. And I think that might be why this one specifically had no advertising in Japan, until a week before it came out. And I think it's because he didn't want to be part of that whole thing.
But I hate to say this, but the problem is, no matter what industry you're in, you're gonna hate it if you're a creative, right? because it's just like, why is this so twisted and corrupt, right? Literally, I had a meeting earlier today where, you know, a client is just like, oh yeah, we want to do this with our website, and my jaw literally dropped hearing the words come out of my colleague's mouth. I'm like, no, that's a huge security breach. We can't do that, right? And like, oh, do we have it in writing anywhere? And I had to go through our paperwork. I had to go through all our docs. I'm like, okay, where is this going to be? And like, literally, we've got a whole section dedicated to this level of like, no, we shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah,
it's a huge security risk. You know,
a whole section of your requirements that no, you do not do these things, and it's one of the ones that so many things that you do not do that having to take the time to dig it out is just kind of
But yeah, having watched the trailer, it definitely has that Miyazaki flair, and it seems to be a bit more on the unsettling side, which I'm down for. I love the more unsettling Miyazaki. But yeah,
the slightly dark fairy tale stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So yep. Look forward to that. It's coming soon. Coming soon. And that's it for the news.
Cool. Right. We actually successfully hit the record button this time.
So make sure you, as we said earlier, make sure you stay tuned later this week for Kanpai Cast, where we talk about live action adaptations again. But you know, it's sort of it's kind of a different take on it. I think it's a good one. So
instead of actually just reviewing anime that is the live action adaptation, it's more a case of what is the value of live action adaptations.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
so,
the multitude of views therein.
Yep.
So we'll see you next time for more news.
For news.